Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bowen Liu. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to walk you through the lessons learned from our AI productivity training project at ABC Corporation. Before we start, I want to give a bit of context. As we all know, AI is becoming a big part of daily office work. Many tools inside Microsoft 365, like Word, Excel, Outlook, and Teams, now include the AI feature, such as Copilot. These tools can help people write faster, analyze data quicker, and reduce mistakes. But the truth is, most employees don't know how to use them well yet. So, this project was not only about training it was about helping people feel confident with AI and helping ABC company work smarter. Today, I will share what we did well, what challenge we faced, and what we learned. Hopefully, these lessons can make our future project smoother and easier to manage. Here is what I will talk about today. First, I will give a quick overview so you understand the basic of the project, what we planned, how long it took, and what our goals were. Next, I will share the main deliverable we completed. After that, I will explain what went well and what didn't go so well. Then I will move into the main section, the lessons learned. This part follows the PMI project management structure because our CEO recently completed the CAPM certification and he will understand this way of thinking very well. Then I will share my recommendation for next time. And finally, I will explain why I choose this specific element and why they are important. This project takes 7 weeks from November 10th to December 26th with a total budget of $80,000. We trained 50 employees from different teams like HR teams, finance department, operations, and the customer support department. Our main goal were improve productivity by 20%, reach at least 85% satisfaction, help employees understand AI tools inside Microsoft 365, and reduce manual work and avoid the human errors. The training included tools like Microsoft Copilot, Power Automate, Power BI, Outlook AI, Word Drafting AI, and such as this more. This project also supports ABC Company long-term strategy to use technology to stay competitive and help staff work more efficiently. So, even though this was just training, it actually connects to bigger company goals. Now let's move on to major deliverables. We have 5 major deliverables. First, a full training courses. This includes the topic, schedule, and the learning goals. Second one is training materials, manuals, guides, and example employees can use after sessions. Third, 2 weeks of 5 instructor-led training sessions. These were done in person and online. Fourth, we need to set up all the technology. This meant using AI feature inside Microsoft 365, testing access, and make sure every employee could log in. And finally, a post-training evaluation report, which help us measure how much people actually learned. So, what went well? Even though we had challenge, many things went very well. First, leadership support was strong. Our sponsor, Lewis, and our PMO director, Jenny, helped us remove block quickly. When leadership is aligned, the project moves faster. Second, our training material was approved on time. This was big win because we didn't have to rush to fix things last minute. We have enough time to dealing out kind of the situation. Third, the engagement during training was great, especially after we changed our teaching style. At the start, employees were quite unsure, but once we switched to shorter sessions and hands-on practice, people become more active. As you can see from the chart, engagement went up each week. This showed us that interactive learning works much better than long lecture. Of course, we still need to facing some challenge. The first challenge was technology setup. The IT department or IT team was very busy with other work, and installing AI tools inside Microsoft 365 took longer than expected because this setup was on the critical path. Any delay meant the training could also be delayed. Our second challenge was the scope. We're trying to teach too many tools in a short time. Copilot, Power Automate, BI, Teams, SharePoint. This made our contractor confused about what to focus on, and each AI app will be have different layout, so employee need really hard to remember everything, how to do it, and how to use that. Our third challenge was employees' resilience. Some employees were worried that AI may replace their work. Others felt overwhelmed or didn't believe AI would help them. So, this is the slowing down the engagement at the beginning. Okay, now let's move on the lessons learned part. For the first part of lessons learned, I gonna be focused on schedule and the scope management. Let me go a bit deeper into the scope issue because this was actually one of the biggest hidden problem in the project. At the first, when we planned the training, we thought cover many AI tools would give employee more value. It should great on paper, but in reality, people can't learn everything at once. Imagine teaching some Copilot writing, Power Automate, workflows, BI dashboard, and Teams intelligence all in a short 2 week training timeline. It's too much. Sometimes less is more. If we had clear set week one focus on Copilot, week two focus on Automate, then everything from material to evaluation would be clear and easier. This is why I strongly recommend the FAST or Moscow methods in future projects. I like to add more detail about schedule management as well. AI training sounds simple, but the technical setup behind it is not. We need the IT team to active license, test permissions, enable Copilot feature, and make sure every department have the same version of Microsoft 365. But the IT team had many other responsibilities, and AI intelligence was not the only thing they were working on. Because of this, we often hear things like, "Can you give us one more day, or we are still waiting for approval from the security team." This creates a snowball effect. A delay in setup causes delay in materials testing, which then affect our rehearsal time. The key lesson here is the technical text in AI project should always be marked as high risk, and they should always start earlier than expected. In the future, I'd schedule IT setup at least 1 to 2 weeks before anything else. This one change alone could save a lot of stress and help us stay on track. Now we are moving on the next part, lessons learned about communication and the risk. Communication was actually more complicated than it looked. We had a sponsor, the PM director, the contractor, the IT department, team manager, and 50 employees. Each group had different questions, different expectations, and a different level of urgency. For example, manager want to know which employee would be away from work during training. The IT department want to know exactly which AI feature do we need to enable. Employee want to know, do I need to install anything on my laptop? But sometimes messages get lost, especially when they were shared through email. At the one point, two different teams were using two different versions of the training manual because one version was updated but not sent to everyone. So, big lesson is when there are many stakeholders, email is not enough. A shared dashboard on Teams or SharePoint would avoid confusing because everyone can check the newly update at any time. Better communication equals fewer mistakes. Risk management is another area where we learn a lot. Risks were always like technology delays, but some were more emotional or human employee resist to AI. For example, was a real challenge. A few employees told us privately, "I don't think AI can help my job," or "I'm scared AI may replace me." These feelings are very normal, but we didn't address them early enough. If we had created an AI ambassador group or done a short intro section explaining the benefit of AI, we could have reduced this fear and improved the engagement sooner. Another risk was vendor performance. If contractor got sick or delayed materials, our whole training timeline could be have scoped. So the risk planning is not just a document. It is something we need to talk about every week. So the another lessons learned is evaluation and assessment. Our lesson is about evaluation. Previous training didn't measure result clearly. We only had a simple service, but Microsoft owned a training research shows that pre-test and post-test are the best way to measure learning. Next time, we should check a pre-test and post-test, a 30-day follow-up, and productivity KPIs. This will help ABC's company understand if this training is truly effective. So we move on the recommendations for future projects. Based on our license, here are many recommendations. Break the training into phases using a communication dashboard, create a detailed risk register, the IT readiness before the training, and using standardized evaluation tool for the all feature program. This change will make future AI projects smoother, even though now the AI project in the future, all kind of the projects future can use this kind of recommendation, learn from this AI productivity project. Clear and more predictable. Let me spend a little bit of time explaining why I choose this specific element for this presentation. In project management, especially following PMI and CAPM standard, a good lessons learned presentation should answer three simple questions. What did we plan to do? What actually happened? What will we do differently next time? That's why I included this project overview and the major deliverable. This helps everyone understand the original plan. Then I include what went well and what went poorly. This, this gives a balanced view. It's important to celebrate the wins, but it's also important to be honest about the problem. That's how teams grow. After that, I grouped the lessons learned into PMI category: scope, schedule, communication, risk, and evaluation. This structure is not random. It matches the PMBOK framework and also matches how our CEO Lewis think about the project as a CAPM. So this format helped him evaluate the project more clearly. I also use simple words and chapter because people understand information faster when they can see it, not just hear it. Finally, I add reference because the rubric require academic sources, and they also show that our decisions were based on real research, not just personal opinion. Overall, this structure makes presentation professional, clear, and aligned with project management best practice. So this is my presentation for today. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Thank you.